Secretary Brainerd, have you heard about the bridge to nowhere? No? Ambassador, ever heard about the bridge to nowhere? Yes, you have? And he's nodding he has. Well, now, have you ever heard about the bridge from Nancy Pelosi's congressional district to my congressional district? It's a $6.4 billion bridge that replaces the San Francisco Bay Bridge. Ever been to San Francisco? Seen the Bay Bridge? A monument, right? Well, there's a new one plopped right down there, coming into my district. It used 43,000 tons of steel. It had a 525-foot tower, 28 steel deck sections, and that was made in Shanghai, and another Shanghai company made a mile-long cable for the bridge. All of this work was done in China, using Chinese engineers, Chinese welders, Chinese steel, and some of those laborers earned as much as a couple dollars a day. They outsourced the project to China. Outsourcing it reportedly saved us Californians $400 million. That's kind of nice. But doesn't the President's job bill include spending for our nation's highways and bridges? Yeah? Yes? Speak up. Is that correct? Secretary, we do plan to spend money, do we not? Isn't that a plan of the administration to put people to work? Yes? You don't know? You're saying yes. Okay. Thank you. Well, does the President intend then to insist on a Buy American clause? Could I hear the administration or the Treasury's position on that?
I get vibrations every year.
I actually, I am very familiar with the President's plans to and proposals to move forward with much stronger infrastructure spending. I think the Buy America issues are still ones that would be addressed in consultation with Congress. Obviously, we've moved forward.
Why wouldn't they just be insisted on?
Sorry?
What? I mean,
obviously, we have had Buy America provisions in the American Recovery Act in ways that were consistent with our international obligations, and so there is precedent there.
What do our international obligations have to do with this darn bridge being built in my district and putting all these Americans out of work?
Well, obviously, we do have, we are signatories and huge beneficiaries of the government procurement agreement under the WTO, and so, of course, our previous Buy America provisions in the American Recovery Act were consistent with that.
If China were in the WTO, could they still sell us bridges under the government procurement agreement?
One of the key priorities with China is actually to bring them into the Government Procurement Act, but they're not currently protected by it because they are not signatories. No.
They don't seem to need any protection in San Francisco. They're doing quite well all by themselves, thank you very much, without much interference from the administration. And I guess I go back to my question. I hear a lot of talk from the President about this, that, and the other thing, but no action. No action. And the labor unions in my district are disappointed in the President's lack of action. A lot of talk, no action. What about insisting on Buy American? Would that be a good thing for the administration to do, in your opinion?
Let me just reiterate that I can't speak to the particular path forward, but I will say that there are mechanisms that Congress has passed with strong support from the President that provided for Buy America in the context of the American Recovery Act that were consistent with our international obligations.
But they're not being enforced. Are they?
Yeah.
Where? What Buy American have we ever in the last month or two insisted on?
don't know whether there's a particular provisions in the last month or two, but I'm happy to check and come back to you on that.
All right, time has expired. Mr.
Good luck.
Tiberi is recognized.